Kuru. I saw Kuru earlier. All right. So we are all welcome. Zico is on the call. Wow. Good to have you on the call, Zico. In a long time. I can see some very, very amazing, precious friends. Ebere, Ebigo. Good to have you. Good to have you. All right. Good evening, everyone. Let's get straight to business. Why we are doing this, I have something for us on the chat. Just go to the chat. There is 1 to 5 questions there. All of those questions are engagement. Can I be heard? I can see on the chat that I can't be heard. Please, can I be heard?
Sir.
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Lois, you might have to check your network, okay, and check the volume of your call. Okay, so very quickly, let's engage this. Number one, if your answer is A, B, C, whatever it is. So 1 to 3 are all objectives, and then 4 and 5 are theory. So just in sentence, not theory per se, because when you say theory, people's mind begin to cut, right? So I like for us to engage this question before we get into our class. Yes. All right. So very quickly, number one says, yes. So please don't submit them separately. Just put them together. Let's put them together. Don't submit separately. Let's put them together. Today, UNI-LIFE Masterclass is focused on building healthy relationships and networking. All right. And the pre-slide engagement section 1, section A is about self-awareness. Okay. And then number one question is, how would you describe your relationship building skill? A, excellent. B, good. C, fair. D, poor. And be honest, all right? There is no results. Be honest. And then 2, how often do you initiate conversation with new people, online or offline? A, frequently. B, occasionally. C, rarely. And D, almost never. All right. And then number 3 question, do you currently have a mentor or accountability partner that is active? Don't tell me your GPR accountability partner that is not active. That is active. All right. Do you currently have a mentor or an accountability partner? As a matter of fact, if you have a mentor and there is no accountability system going on, that is not mentorship. All right. There must be an accountability system going on. That's what makes it mentorship. The difference between mentorship and friendship is accountability. All right. Do you currently have a mentor or an accountability partner? A, yes. B, no. C, I've never thought about it. And section B is a reflective question and it's just a short answer. You don't have to give an essay. What does a healthy relationship look like to you in one sentence? Just in one sentence. What does a healthy relationship look like to you in one sentence? And then number 5 finally says, who is someone in your life or career that you believe is a great networker or connector? What do you admire about them? Right? So you also very short. Now you provide your answer, and then we get into our slide. I'd like every one of us to please engage. I can see people typing already. Beautiful. So let's engage that while we get into learning. So we still have 3 more minutes for that. Please, I'd like you to be honest. It is in the strength of your honesty will really give you clarity in what we want to discuss. So don't fake it, don't forge it. Just try as much as you can to be honest. All right, so we have just 1 more minute to tidy that up. While that is going on, again, I want to welcome everyone to the call. That was a short break, so we can have the flexibility and, of course, the enabling environment to just tidy that up. So while others are yet to deliver, right? I want to again request COO to end this recording and start something fresh, so we get straight uh into our class. Yes, get into our slide.
Okay. Okay. For the
Thank you,
record,
sir.
when I end this call right now, is going to opt out generate everybody. So I'm going to
Okay,
put
you don't
back.
have to do that. No, sir,
Okay.
please, you don't have to do that. Don't worry. Thank you. We don't have that. We don't have that patience to do that right now. Okay. So good evening, everyone. Please, if you are yet to submit yours, I'd like for you to do that. We have already some very notable submission over there. We don't have time to call names, so I'd like us to just follow through our slide. Good evening. You're welcome. Um, we're doing building healthy relationships and networking, right? And it is very important we understand the core objective number one, to understand what makes a relationship healthy and beneficial. We are all people from different backgrounds, different exposure, different enlightenment, different informations, molded and shaped in different ways. And to that effect, we have different definition for relationships, we have different definition for healthy relationships, and we have different definition for what makes a relationship beneficial. So here we're going to understand what makes a relationship healthy and beneficial. Also, we're going to be looking at we're going to Part of our objective is to recognize the values of strategic networking in career and even in personal life. Number three, we're going to be looking at to learn how to build and maintain professional relationships. Relationships is very expensive to maintain, very expensive to maintain. And then four is to develop practical skills for effective networking, both online and the offline space. So I want to get us into the conversation proper. What is a healthy relationship? What is a healthy relationship? If you want to start discussing the subject of relationship, you must understand that relationship are in Keda, right? Relationship are in Keda. I have tried as much as possible to, I'm not sure. Okay, maybe in School of the Essence, I'm going to do that four blends of relationship: the confidant, the comrade, and the constituents, right? The confidence. When you say somebody is a confidant, you are talking about a relationship with somebody who likes you or who is into you for who you are, not what you have, right? That is a confidant. A confidant is somebody that likes you for who you are, somebody that you like for who they are, not necessarily what they have or where they are going to. That is the highest form of relationship. I'm going to take my time to teach that model here in School of the Essence. Maybe if not next week, I'll find time to do that, right? So there is also a kind of relationship, a form of relationship that is called um, um, constituent, is rooted from the word constituency. When you say somebody is your constituency, you are saying that you and that person are both in the same league of profession. So constituent is more like being in a relationship with somebody based on uh what the person have that you need or where the person is going to that you are going to. So there is something that brings the both of you together, and on the strength of that, both of you are still in a relationship. You are like that to someone and someone is like that to you. Now the third is comrade. Comrade is when you say that you and this person is into a relationship because there is a bigger enemy to defeat, right? A bigger enemy to defeat. So you are in a comrade like kind of relationship, and the moment that bigger enemy is has been defeated, that person stop being your friend. Okay. And I am not teaching that in details tonight. However, I'm going to find time to do that because it's very important. Now, that is not the plane I'm coming from tonight in respect to understanding relationships, right? I'm coming from a place where we are going to be discussing healthy relationship, not basically confident, constituent, comrade, and all of that. No, that is not what I want to train us on. I want to really look at the subject of relationship in general, both personal relationship, peer relationship, and professional relationship. So there are key ingredients that makes a relationship healthy. And the moment you don't see those key ingredients, know that this relationship is malnourished and it is suffering. Number one is trust. Trust is one of the ingredients that makes a relationship. The moment there is no trust, either love relationship, business relationship, peer relationship, personal relationship, professional relationship, the moment trust is absent, something is wrong. And you must deliberately make sure that trust is initiated, inaugurated, and of course, ignited for that relationship to move. Number two is respect. There must be mutual respect where the two parties involved in the relationship have deep respect for one another, right? Number three is communication. As a matter of fact, communication is the fuel for every relationship. The moment relationship thrives on low communication, you want to say that that relationship is actually not going as fast as it should. So communication is also another key ingredient. And number four is boundaries. Boundaries. Relationship that lack boundary are not healthy, right? They are not healthy. No matter what you want to think, the moment there is lack of boundary in that relationship, the relationship is not a healthy relationship. And then finally is support. Support. Yes, I said it. support. Support is another ingredient that makes the relationship healthy. So with all of these things put together, what then do you call a healthy relationship? In case you are writing, you might need to write this. A healthy relationship is a mutual connection between two or more people that promotes growth, respect, trust, and well-being for everyone involved. Everyone in the relationship are benefactor of this. Let me repeat that again. A healthy relationship is a mutual connection between two or more people that promotes growth, respect, trust, and well-being for everyone involved. So everyone involved in that relationship should be a benefactor of all of this. Now, it could be with a friend, it could be with a mentor, it could be with a colleague, it could be a romantic partner for those who are married, and or even with a peer. So you need to understand this and look out for these key ingredients. The moment these ingredients are not there, you want to be sure that that relationship is not a good one. So there is, if we are talking about healthy relationship, it means that there is also something you call toxic relationship. What are the signs of toxic relationship? The signs of toxic relationship is the opposite of everything here, every of these ingredients: lack of trust, poor communication, emotional manipulation, controlling behavior, imbalance of power, lack of support, frequent drama or coerce. All of these things are signs of toxic relationship. I'm sorry they're not in my slide. It's why you must right? I sometimes I speak from my heart, and you don't expect my slides to just have all of these things. Okay. So when you talk about toxic relationship, what are you talking about? Disrespect of boundaries and even violations, frequent drama, frequent coerce, lack of support, imbalance of power, controlling behavior, emotional manipulation, poor communication, lack of trust. These things are signs that this relationship is toxic. Now, I need you to remember this. Toxic relationship don't always start toxic. Toxic relationship don't always start toxic. But if it consistently hurts more than it helps, then it is toxic. It needs attention and it needs distance. When you notice that a certain relationship hurts more than it helps, it's toxic. It does not start toxic. In toxic relationship, there is still a bit of love, romance, affection, connection, and all of that. But when you put it on a scale and you notice that it hurts more than it helps, then that relationship is toxic, and you don't have business investing your life in it. All right. So I would have really loved us to have an interaction at this point. Think of someone you admire or enjoy working with, and then what makes your relationship with them healthy or impactful. I can I take, oh my god, can I take, let me take one, let me just take one comment. Who wants to speak to us? Who wants to speak to us? Think of
Hi,
someone you admire. Okay, Favor, please go ahead.
so good evening, everyone. Well, talking about relationship, I observe that those persons I'm in healthy relationship with, what keeps us going is understanding. Like when we understand each other, there is a flow. It goes well. So let me just say understanding. There are many more, but understanding is the main one, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's profound, well detailed, well noted, and all of that. Now you need to understand that understanding is the hallmark. Understanding is the hallmark of all of that. And for her, she highlighted notably that understanding is what makes the relationship is what makes the relationship impactful, and healthy. Now, let's look at some principles of healthy relationship. Number one is emotional intelligence. And I need to say this: emotional intelligence is self awareness and empathy. Most times, we demand from people what has not been invested. See, you need to be emotionally intelligent, and this is a work for both parties in the relationship. Everybody involved in that relationship have this role to play. Excuse me, I need to do a transfer of file immediately. um I need to do a transfer of file immediately. Benjamin, are you using PC for this call?
No, sir.
How about you? Is Martins on this call? Who's using the PC?
No, he's not on the call.
I need somebody to assist me share my slide. Okay, I'm going to send that to you, Benjamin, just in case anything happened to this slide. You just continue from there. Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
All right. So I was talking about emotional intelligence earlier, and I did mention that emotional intelligence is a state where the both party are self-aware. They understand who they are, they know themselves, they know the things that can get them angry, the things that can get them happy, the things that can make them fidget, the things that can make them go out of overboard, and all of that. That is emotional intelligence. And number two is empathy. Empathy is to be able to feel the pains of others, have the feeling of others, other people. Empathy is not the same as sympathy. Sympathy is to have pity for others, right? Empathy is to feel what others are feeling. So you must understand that the place of emotional intelligence is key, and that is why I tell people, please don't get into relationship with people who don't have emotional intelligence. Not all relationships. If it is love relationship, emotional intelligence is key, because most times you say somebody does not love you. What you don't understand is that this person does not have emotional intelligence. The person doesn't know how to love you. Sometimes you say somebody does not understand you. What you don't know is that this person does not know how to understand you, right? So the missing gap usually is not the love, the understanding, the affection, the connection, the communication, and all of that. It is awareness. Is this person aware of how to do it? So, emotional intelligence is very important, very, very important in the place of building a healthy relationship. And then empathy. Empathy is to feel what other people are feeling. Most people have sympathy. They can easily pity people, but they don't feel what these people are feeling. And that is a very, very if you lose that particular part of building healthy relationships, you are not going to have a healthy relationship. Number two principle is setting boundaries and communicating clearly. Everyone who wants to have a solid relationship. Sorry, Ben, have you seen the slide?
Just trying to check now, sir.
Okay, please. As soon as you see it, confirm. Thank you. Setting boundaries and communicating clearly. You must actually understand that this principle works for everybody. Once you don't know how to communicate and you don't know how to set boundaries, you are not going to thrive in the relationship. And I appreciate the place of growth a lot, because whether you like it or not, every one of us, including myself in class tonight, I am not an expert. Number two, do you understand? But that we also have to see that these things are principles that makes it work. I have learned by experience how that miscommunication can affect the strength of relationship. You know what miscommunication is? When you are communicating at, let's say, 200 frequency, and the other person is communicating at, let's say, 1000 frequency, there is a gap in communication. Both of you are communicating, but you're communicating and missing frequencies. So you are saying I love you, and the other person is hearing I love you, but what's wrong is miscommunication. You are saying, please, can you help me to do this? And the other person is hearing, please, can you help me to do this? I will reward you with this. Whereas you did not say, I will reward you, but the other person is hearing, I will reward you. By the time the person is waiting for a reward and it doesn't come, it looks like you are not being true to your word. And when you say, but I didn't tell you I will reward you, it's supposed to say, no, your body language says so, your tone says so, the way you begged and requested for this thing says so. Shouldn't you know that you would have that you should reward me? I thought you should know that you should reward me and all of that. So you must understand how to communicate clearly. What does it mean to communicate clearly? There is something called concisement in communication. Your communication has to be concise. What does it mean for your communication to be concise? You must say what you mean and you must mean what you say. You must say what you mean and you must mean what you say. So if you communicate without meaning what you say and saying what you mean, your communication will not have enough weight to really bring boundary into place. Number three, consistency and reliability. You should be dependable. If you are not dependable, you can't have dependability going on in your relationships. You want to build relationship that have dependability, consistency, structure, then you have to be consistent. You have to be dependable. Let me give you this secret. Everything you want in a relationship, you must become it and give it. Until you become it and give it, the relationship will not have it. Because it takes two to relate. And until the two have what it takes or what they expect, and they give what they expect to each other, the relationship will not have it. This is a very big secret, so that you don't begin to expect from people what you are not putting into the relationships, whether business, whether colleagues at work, whether peers, whether professional relationships, whether love relationship, whatever form of relationship it is, you must be ready to give in what you are expecting to take out. Number four, the power of listening and being present. This is one principle that is gradually dying, being present, because of the use of our smartphone. So you can find three siblings all in the same environment, but they are far from each other. Why? Because of their mobile devices. They are chatting with three different people in three different nations, while they are all seated in a particular sports. So it is very important we understand that being present and being and listening is a key factor. In fact, is a major factor to seeing relationship work, particularly in this part of the world. So why I say all of this, we must cultivate these habits. Number one, emotional intelligence, particularly in the place of self-awareness and empathy. Number two, learn to set boundaries and communicate clearly. If you don't set boundaries, the relationship will lack boundaries. That's the truth. If you don't set boundaries, the relationship will lack boundaries. So you set clear boundaries and you learn to communicate clearly. Number three, you must give consistency and reliability so that the relationship will have consistency and reliability. Whatever seed you sow in a relationship is going to determine the harvest from that relationship. And number four, the power of listening. You must be a good listener. When someone is talking to you, listen. When you are done listening, give your input. And when you are in a place, be in the place. This thing, every one of us in class, including myself, we must build that this principle intentionally. Intentionally. Be present. Don't allow your smartphone to just make you present and you are not there. I see some people, you are in a class and you are not there. I was training a few core members earlier today, in the NYC camp, and I saw somebody pressing the phone. I just kept quiet because I was sharing values that will change their lives forever. And that is why I didn't even have to. I just look at the person and my sympathy trigger was tapped. I sympathize deeply with her because I know that this same thing that she's not paying attention to is the same thing that will limit her pace tomorrow. What am I saying? Be present. Learn to be present in a place and learn to listen. The power of listening when someone is talking to you. That gives you an edge as one who is intentional in building relationships. Now, let's talk a bit about networking. Let's demystify networking. And what's the key idea? What networking is not. Most of us know what networking is. So, can I talk to you about what networking is not? Because if you understand correctly, you will know that networking is one part of life that everybody needs to come. In fact, I might possibly spend so much time here, right? In the place of networking. Networking is not using people. Networking is not using people. Because most times what the reason why people wants to connect with people is so they can use them. So networking is not using people. Networking is not begging. Many people want to network with some other persons because they think those people have what they need, so they can beg them. Networking is not showing off. I want to network with this person so that I can show that I also have a friend who is a celebrity, a friend who is good at this, a friend who is good at that, a friend who is good at the other. No, networking is not showing off. So, what then is networking? If you are writing right, networking is the intentional process of building and nurturing mutually beneficial relationships with people who can support you, who can support your growth, whether personal growth or depending. So networking is the intentional process. Intentional process. There is actually an act of networking. There is a way to network. There is a protocol to networking. So it is an intentional process of building and, of course, nurturing mutual beneficial relationships. If you are writing, underline the word mutual beneficial relationships. The relationship must benefit every party involved and not just one side. Mutually beneficial relationships. And then it has to be with people who can support or help your growth, development, and advancement. So it is not just about meeting people, because somebody will think that networking ends at meeting people. No, it's not just about meeting people. It's about connecting with purpose, sharing values, and growing together. That is networking. So when we look at networking in itself, you must understand the key features of effective networking. What are the key features of effective networking? Number one, networking has to be intentional. That is where you connect with clarity, not just casuality, or not just casually, I mean. You connect with clarity and not just casually. You know the person you are going for and you go for the person. That is networking. It has to be intentional. Number two, networking has to be mutual. You give value, you don't just take value. So when you are trying to connect, I like one of the American school, don't think of what American will do for you. Think of what you also will do for America. So you don't just think of what the person will do for you. You think also of what you can and will do for the individual. So the networking, another feature is it has to be mutual. Number three, it has to be relational, not transactional. It has to be relational, not transactional. That is where you build trust before you start making requests. Networking. It has to be relational, not transactional. You first of all build trust before making requests. There are a lot of people, for instance, who I consider my uh, dear mentors, teachers, coaches, and all of that. Before I really don't know how to start making requests, because I believe that the first thing is mutual connection, trust building, value exchange before you get into request making. But you find people today who will meet somebody today, tomorrow they'll send a text, sir, it was a privilege meeting and knowing you. In the evening, request SMS has come. Well, that is not the best way to connect, because when you do that, the next time your call is coming in, the person is afraid, thinking that you are also calling to make another request. And that is how your value diminishes and evaporates in the long run. So you must understand that networking is not just transactional, it has to be relational. Number four, networking is ongoing. Networking is ongoing. When we talk about networking being ongoing, we are saying that real networking happens over time, not just in one conversation. It happens over time, not just in one conversation. You can't say that you have networked just by one conversation. It's not sufficient. It happens over time. So, just to recap what networking is simple: building real relationships with people who challenge, inspire, and open doors. Why you do the same for them? You challenge them, you inspire them, and then you try as much as possible to grant access, to open the door for them. All right. So networking is mutual value, is intentional connection, and then is follow up. Where networking happens: events, social media, internship, service, NYSC service or other services, church service, and different other services. Networking happens just everywhere, anywhere people are. Okay, so you must learn to network. Must learn to network. Now, this is the networking blueprint. There are about 5 of them. Number one, know your value. Don't go to network when you don't know your value, because you must see what you are willing and ready to exchange, to give, to contribute to the other person. So know your value. What do you bring? Be clear about it. Because even when you get into networking, that is what you're going to tell the person. Hello, my name is, I truly like to connect with you. I've taken note of your works over time, and I mean, they are challenging, they are inspiring. I think I have so much to learn from you, and I don't mind just connecting with you. And then you go ahead to now talk about your own value, what you bring. It is very key. Number two, identify strategic people, peers, mentors, leaders. Identify strategic people. Putting in energy for networking is what identifying the people you want to get into, or the people you want to bring into your space. So get to identify them. Get to identify them. Number three, make the first move. By the time you've identified, make the first move. Introduce yourself confidently. Some people, I have seen people who have been thinking on how to become friends or how to network with certain people, and they thought about that for years, for months, for weeks, for years. They don't know how to step out. For some of you, all of your friends are circumstantial friends. You know what circumstantial friends are? People you met by circumstances as virtue of maybe church members, mosque members, classmates, football team or club mates, and all of that. You became friends based on circumstances. You did not reach out to these persons because of what you have seen they have that you need, and what you need and what they need that you have. So you must learn to introduce yourself confidently, but confidently. And then number four, you add value.
Can you all still hear him?
No, sir. We cannot hear him. I cannot hear him, rather.
Okay. Seems like his network is down. So he's going to be joining us very shortly. Hope you're writing. So if you're writing, also be preparing your questions. Very, very important.
Sorry, I got to change the device. Ben, can you still assist with that? My slide.
Okay, so let me bring it up.
All right, thank you. So I was talking about networking earlier, right? So it is very important that you understand the place where you break out of your comfort, out of um your circumstantial relationships, coincidental relationships. Some of you, your own is coincidental. We became friends by coincidence. Nobody actually put in effort for this thing to work. And there is nobody who married coincidentally. You just wake up and just discover that this is my wife by coincidence. It has never happened. So you can learn some wisdom from that. There is no relationship of value and honor that happens coincidentally and circumstantially, right? So you need to get into that point where you are intentional, you are deliberate with networking, with building networks, with building quality relationships, and all of that. So why networking happens? Networking happens. In my slide, I said networking happens in events, in social media, on social media. It happens during internship. It happens in service. All right. And then I was talking about the five blueprints. Number four, add value. Number three, I said make the first move. That is where you introduce yourself confidently. Number four, you add value. A minute. Is the slide up?
Yes, sir. It's up, sir. We can see, sir.
It's up now. I truly need a feedback. All right. So let's go. Okay, Ben is still working on that. So you add value. Try to offer help, try to offer insight, and try to encourage. When you are networking, please try as much as possible that you are not just the benefactor. Only you benefiting from the relationship, right? And don't say they are using you. My God, this generation, we have people, young people who are too quick to just make conclusion that is gibberish, right? You have to please offer help, learn to offer help, learn to offer insight, and learn to offer encouragement. And then number five, follow up and stay in touch. That is what it is to build consistently. Follow up and stay in touch. Some of you, you have um what is it called now? I call it phone number and not contacts in your phone book. You have phone numbers and not contacts. What is contact? Contact is a certain number that you keep track with, that knows you, call you by name. Even when they see your missed call, they know it's you that is calling. When you send a text, you don't have to put your name at the end of the message, right? if you send a text and you have to put your name at the end of the message, it's a phone number you have and not a contact. All right. So you must make sure that you stay in touch. Next slide. Stay in touch. It has a way of keeping you going. All right. So digital networking and online presence. What are the quick pointer? Very, very, very quickly. Number one is LinkedIn tips. You must try as much as possible to do LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a good place where people connect, network through the remote space. All right. So you connect, and then you also use WhatsApp group. Most of you are in quality WhatsApp groups, and you see people post some quality content, and you just ignore as if you have it all. No, when you see people, okay, let me give you an instance. I connected to a certain professor in US because I was added to one intellectual community by my my boss, Professor Vincent Anibogu, and I was on that platform. I think I should be the youngest, both in academics and age. So I was on that platform, and there is this certain man who is into education and he's into curriculum building, and he based in the US, Professor Arinze Chukwu. So every now and again, I used to see Professor Arinze Chukwu's works, and his works are notable. Do you understand? Very notable works. And one day he was putting up an online conference. So I chatted him up, private chatted him. I, of course, collected approval from the admin of the platform. Yeah. And then also spoke with my boss, Professor Vincent Anibogu, about it. And Professor told me, no problem, I can go ahead. The admin granted me, no problem. That he said, okay, no problem, I can chat him. So when I reached out to him, I quickly introduced myself and I told him, I've been following your works for over 4 months. I've been on this platform, and I must say, your works are notable. I am a very young man, passionate in the education space, working tirelessly to see that we contribute to the curriculum in Africa, education curriculum in Africa. But I want to volunteer in this particular event. I might not have time to volunteer on your platform for a lifetime, but this particular event, I want to really see how to assist you with my skill sets. And I listed the skill set that he needs for that particular event, and he approved it. And guess what? Today we are very, very good. I don't want to call that relationship friends. It's a very good mentor-mentee relationship. Do you understand? So this is how it works. When you are also in a WhatsApp platform, provided that there is one person that you consider valuable, try as much as possible to reach out. Get your proper permission. Don't just private chat people and appear to be like a scammer before them. Let the admin of the platform speak for you, sir. Ma, there is somebody who wants to talk to you about something and all of that. Do you mind connecting with the person? If a permission is granted, go ahead and shoot your shot. So you must also learn also to use Telegram groups to connect. Don't spam people. Please add value. Add value. Add value. Add value. Add value. Understand the etiquette of professional DMs. What's the etiquette of professional DMs? I told you, if it's in a group, take permission from the admin. If it is somebody that you know through somebody, tell the person that connected you or that brought you to the platform. Let me tell you, if you are coming to me from my friend, whatever it is that you are requesting for, my friend is aware. So if you are not smart enough to tell my friend that this is what you want to do, and then you now come to me, you are just going to appear to be foolish. Because sometimes you have seen somebody say he's using my boy. The reason why people say he's using my boy is simply because this other person is not aware of that connection, even though he knew him through the other friend. So if you get to know somebody through your friend, make sure that your friend is aware of what's going on between you and this newly found friend or connection that you claim to have. Next slide. So it is important we understand the digital networking and the online presence. Ask this a reflection. What's one thing you are going to do differently starting from today about relationships or networking? There are a few tips I still want to give, but I want two or three people to speak to this. What's one thing you are going to do differently starting from today in respect to relationship and networking? Yes, who wants to speak to us? All right, Mira, please go ahead, Mira.
Please, can I be heard? So
You
first
can
of all,
just
I would
speak
like to
up
say,
loud a bit.
okay. Can I be heard now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I want to say a very big thank you for this invaluable session. I've been looking forward to this class. Okay, so I've learned a lot, but some of the things I'll start doing differently starting from today will be number one, to start being more intentional. Number two, that I'm going to build myself more so that I can be a person of value so that the relationship can be mutually beneficial. Thank you so much.
We've lost you, Miracle. We've lost you. Your audio is is not very up and loud enough.
Okay, so I want to say something.
Okay, please go ahead, Kosi. Miracle, you might have to type on the chat on the classroom. Yeah.
So one thing that I've learned today, and at least I should work on it, is um building like constant relationship. I know one thing is fine, you're building that connections, you're having that networking, but the thing is, are you able to maintain it? That's one thing that, like, I know I have a problem with it, and which is not really good. So if you are building a network and you are trying to network with individuals, at least you should be able to maintain it. I know me, I have this attitude of, if I talk to you today, I'll take 1 month again to talk to you, which is very bad. Okay. So yeah, that needs to be worked on. And another thing is, if you want to network with someone, okay, what do you have that, like, what is your skill set? Like you said, what is really standing out for you that will make someone to want to connect with you? You get, because everybody wants something that will benefit them as well. It's not just you benefiting from the person. So at least I should be able to work on myself so that when I get to network with individuals, I should be able to tell them what I can do to impact their life as well. So it will be win-win for everyone. Yeah, that's what I learned. I mean, that's what stood out for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you, Kosi. Yes, can we get one other speaker? What's the one thing you are going to do differently starting from today about relationships or networking? Who wants to speak? I need a guy. Hello. Okay. Take me to my next slide. If the slide is still up, take away challenge. Relationship audits. There's something we call relationship audits. Okay. That is where I will send you a worksheet or maybe a prompt or something, and this is what you do. Okay, let's get into it. I won't send you anything. Just list 3 healthy relationships you need to nurture. List 3 healthy relationships that you need to nurture. Next slide. Number 1, list 3 healthy relationship you need to nurture. Number 2, list 2 new people you want to connect with this month. This month that we are in, that is half gone. List 2 new people you want to connect with this month. Then set 1 boundary that protects your emotional health. Set 1 boundary. There is this 1 boundary that you need to set so that your emotional health can be preserved. Set it. So these are the 3 things we need to do as part of our relationship audit. Before the next class, we'll need the feedbacks on this. Next slide. Your network is your net worth, but it's only when you build it on trust, on value, and on sincerity. Your network is your net worth. You know what net worth is? Net worth is your sum profit, what makes you you in terms of financial conversion, because relationship is currency. So if you are counting the things you have, your assets, your relationship too should be counted as part of your assets. So your network, your relationships is your net worth. But it can only be possible when it is built on trust, when it is built on value, and when it is built on sincerity. Before I go tonight, I need to share something with us that is very key. Miss Kosi drew my attention to it, how to maintain relationships and retain network, because it's not enough to start. It's not enough to have contacts, phone numbers. You must learn how to maintain relationship. Number 1, follow up promptly. Follow up promptly. Let me give you what I do. After meeting someone, follow them up within 24 to 48 hours. Because after 48 hours, the connection will lose value. The person will even forget how both of you connected. So follow up promptly. A simple message like, "It was great connecting with you at the workshop," or wherever it is. "I really enjoyed our chat about the topic that both of you discussed with. Let's stay in touch." Send any promised info or link or feedbacks, whatever it is, send it with the person. That is the first thing to do. Number 2, add value consistently. And how do you add value? Share helpful article. Sometimes you might come across some very short videos online that you think will profit the person's life growth and all of that. You share it with the person. There were times when I used to share books to my my newly found connect. I just find the area of their lives that need. I just send them material, sometimes send them recharge card and all of that. So share helpful articles, opportunities, and encouragement that is relevant to their interests is a way to add value. Also celebrate their wins, like their job promotion, their business launch. Celebrate their wins. Also introduce them to others who might be useful to their journey. There is a golden rule in adding value. Don't just reach out when you need something. Don't just reach out when you need something. It's a golden rule. Don't just reach out when you need something. As a matter of fact, if you remember people only when you need something, your life is heading for a shipwreck. It's going to crash. It's going to crash because you are part of the category of people that can only remember someone when you need them, and that is wrong. You use people. Number 3, stay present in their circle. Number 3 way to maintain relationship: stay present in their circle. Engage with their content on social media, like their posts, comment. There was a time I stayed awake, I liked the post of somebody 6 months into the first month. Like from now till last 6 months, I like all the posts. I just needed to call his attention to something. He was the then student ambassador of Confidence University. This was happening, I think, 2015. Stayed up all through that night, and that was how we connected, and we are still in touch till date. So you engage in their content and all of that. Reply to stories, to status updates, newsletters with a thoughtful comment. Yes, reply. Then attend their events, their webinars, support their courses when possible. That is how to connect and stay connected, or how to maintain. Number 4, schedule relationship time. That is where you set reminder to check in with maybe 3 to 5 key contact monthly. Schedule relationship time, that you're going to be checking out 3 to 5 contacts every week. But you do that, when you do that for the 4 weeks, that is about 15 to 20 people in that week. In just 1 month. That's a good way to start. So schedule relationship time. All right. Use a simple note keeping tool. You can use Google Keep, you can use Notion, you can use your phone. Just track past conversation and share goals. Number 5, keep communication human. Use their names in message. Sometimes some people will send one message to 50 people. Stop doing that. Sometimes when discern the value of a person, and when you are sending a message, attach their name to it. Let them know that this message is designed, customized for them. So let your communication be human. Don't make your communication machine. Some people even copy greetings from ChatGPT and send to people. Stop that. Make it human. Remember important dates in their lives, like birthday, anniversaries, new jobs, their milestone. Remember their milestone and celebrate them genuinely. Voice notes, handwriting card, occasional calls. Some of these things make strong impression. You keep your communication human. Number 6, be genuine and transparent. Be genuine and transparent. Be real. You might not be perfect. Be real, not perfect. Let them see your growth and struggles. Authenticity builds deeper bond. The moment you're authentic around people, it builds deeper bonds. Deeper bonds. When you are wrong, apologize. When you are grateful, say thank you. This is how to be genuine. This is how to be transparent. When you are wrong, apologize. Most people don't know how to apologize when they are wrong. And see, when you stay around people who are super intelligent, they know, they are just taking notes. They are taking notes. You won't know that all of these things are counting until just one day, when opportunity calls. Then you will see that they are preferred connectors that is more connected to them than you. And those people will come to their mind first than you. Number 7, finally, create shared experience. Create shared experiences. That is where you invite them to collaborate on something, maybe a project, an event, and all of that. Attend events together. Recommend books, courses, and great opportunities for them. That is it. Now, there are 3 R. I call them relationship retention formulas. 3R. Maybe this is where I'll tie up. I'm out of time. It's 9:35. 3Rs. R number one is to reach out. R number two is to recognize. R number three is to reciprocate. Now, to reach out is just to stay in touch regularly, just checking in. How is that project going? How is this going? How is that going? Try as much as possible to practice reaching out. Number two is recognize. That is where you celebrate and acknowledge their journey. All right. Just congratulate on your promotion and all of that. And then number three is to reciprocate. To reciprocate is to give as much as you receive, right? To give as much as you receive. So you let me know how I can support your work. Let me know how I can be of help to you. The people who stay in your life are not the ones you only meet once. They are the ones you constantly value. The people that stays, those that are still staying and those that will stay in your life are not the people you met once. Anybody you met just once and you didn't build, you didn't develop, that person goes. But the ones that you consistently value are the ones that stays in your life. All right. So it is very important we understand this, and I believe that every one of us will get to the top where we have been designed to function. Let's get to my last slide. Be a ritualist. If you are in this call and you are not a ritualist, you are not developing. You see, above all, in building strategic relationships, healthy relationships, and networking, you must be in health. If you are not growing, your relationship cannot glow. It takes your growing to have a glowing relationship. It takes a growing life to have a glowing relationship. So make sure that you put yourself under growth and development. Make sure that you are growing. Everything around you will grow on the strength of your growth. So you as an individual, if you lack personal growth and all of that, you are not going to enjoy the best of the way you relate with people. So I want to call you into the GPR system. And just in case if you are new in this call, please try as much as possible to request for any of the admin to onboard you into the GPR system. GPR is Groom Programmer Ritual, where P is having a prayer life, R is reading on a daily, O is organizing, which is goal setting and journaling, and then G is grasp, R is recreation, physical exercise. As a matter of fact, grasp is visualization, right, where you visualize. Okay, then A is affirmation, where you confess positively, you speak the things you want to see in your life and you call them to come. M is meditation, and then A is act of kindness. So this daily practice, about 9 of them, helps you to grow and grow correctly, so you can have a healthy relationships with others. Remember, you can't give what you don't have, right? So it is wise you stay healthy so that you can, as much as possible, know how to relate with people. When you meet people who are high profile, how do you even start a conversation with them? It is your growth life that gives you the courage, the morale, the confidence, and of course the intellectualism to be able to connect with people who are higher than you. Last slide, please. So I want to call you into questions if you have. I want to call you into some other engagements if you have, before we shut down for tonight. So I'll be ready to take your questions if there are, so we can just tie up the class as soon as we can. Yes. Question time, please. Are there questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Okay, please go
So,
ahead, Kosi.
yes. So, sir, in a case where, okay, you try to build, like you said, healthy relationship, healthy connection, good networking, and then the person on the other end, you've tried to like set boundaries, and the person on the other end doesn't want that kind of, how will I put this now? Okay, the person on the other end wants to try to bring it's not really feelings. Let's say feelings. Okay, let me say emotional feelings inside. What will you do in that
Yes.
case?
All right, beautiful. You are trying to build, let's say, a strategic business relationship, right? And the person is
Yes,
trying to build
yes,
romantic relationship. So you
yes,
see, if I want a romantic relationship and you want business relationship, there is already a conflict of boundaries. And where there is conflict of boundaries, remember we mentioned earlier that that relationship is not healthy. Yes. So no matter how good the person are, provided that there is conflict of boundaries, the relationship is already heading towards a wrong direction. So what do? If you try to establish boundaries and it doesn't work, leave the relationship, leave the individual and go. That is what to do. If you force it, one of you will have to play the victim card or the compromise card so that it can work, right? So when you are trying to connect with somebody and the person is bringing up a value system that is not consistent with yours or that you are not ready to oblige to, what do? Leave the relationship, leave the networking, leave the individual and go. That is what to do in that case. You can only connect and communicate. Ben, take us to that slide where we try to explain what healthy relationship is. You can only communicate and relate with people when there is consistency in value. Your value are coherent, they are both in line. Apart from that, you are going to be making a very big mistake. Even if the person is super resourceful, right? But provided that these key ingredients are opposites, the relationship will not work. There's going to be toxic, there's going to be toxic energy somewhere as time goes. Because the person might request for let me give an example, sex, and then you are not willing to give sex. You want a healthy connection that is intellectual or career in its exchange, in its value, but the other person wants something else that is far from what you want. It's going to bring toxic energy, right? So you just avoid and go. See, the moment boundary is difficult to keep, it is difficult to have that relationship give birth to health. It's difficult. It's going to give birth to head, what is it called? Toxic energy. Has your question been answered, Kosi?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
So you're welcome. So I'm not sure if there are any question. I'm going to be handing over to the CEO. And before I do that, please, finally tonight, I need everyone in this class to take relationship building very seriously. We are in the days where relationship is everything. As a matter of fact, everything you are looking for is in the hand of someone. And until you learn to put up quality relationships, you might not be able to make the best of your destiny. So, regardless of where you are, regardless, regardless, you must climb on the through the altar of relationships. So, learning to build relationships is key, and I expect that every one of us will get to work immediately. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Thank you. God bless you. We have not yet concluded. We are yet to conclude, but you have to be very intentional. Yeah. So having said that, I want to call on Benjamin, CEO, to um, wrap up the class. And if you are yet to submit your engagement on the platform, please do. Please do. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ben.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate and we love you dearly for always feeding us with food that are of the mind, food, transformational food that will help us to grow in this world that we are right now. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And you that was listening, please, I want to say something. Most of the time, you find yourself in an environment like this where an avenue is granted for you to ask questions, but some of you choose to swallow those questions. See, do not deprive yourself the opportunity to lessen your burden. Okay, don't be shy. Don't be shy to ask questions. Okay, you get answers to the question you ask. The question you are not asking, you won't get the answer to. Don't keep questions to your heart. The reason why I'm telling you this is because most people, not even most people, I used to be like that, where I will have questions, but I would just decided to keep quiet. I don't know, but it's not good. It's not good. Ask that question that is in your heart. And if we end this class and you happened to have question maybe at the course of a meditation of what you learned from the class and decided to pump out your question because the question may not come now, it may come later. Don't hesitate to drop the message in the chat group. It will be solely attempted. Very, very important. And I want to say a very big thank you to every one of you who connected with us tonight. On behalf of the School of the Essence, we love you all and we cherish you, and we all want you all to become the best version of yourself. And I want to tell you that your availability is not a waste. Your availability is not a waste. Being at the right place at the right time is not a waste. That is the greatest thing that can happen to any man. So have the consciousness that every Thursday is our UNI-LIFE masterclass, and it's very important that you come. 8 o'clock is 8 o'clock. Don't be late. Okay, don't be late. Be the one reminding people about UNI-LIFE Masterclass, not the office of UNI-LIFE Masterclass reminding you. Oh, it's because I will love and cherish you so much. That's why we did that, of course. But I want you to grow. That is growth, okay? Grow from the place of you not being reminded of the class to the place of you now being the one reminding people of the class, okay? That is growth. Growth has taken place. I I want to quickly wrap up, but I have a lot of things to ask. I have a lot of things to say, but because of time, I'm going to be withholding that. And please, questions are going to come out from tonight's class, and this class is going to be posted on our YouTube and our other social media handle, mostly our YouTube for long message teachings like this. And if peradventure you are here and you have not followed our social media handles, please go to all the social media handles. We are on TikTok, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. Please go to all those social media handles and follow. So if this class, maybe there's someone you feel that it needs to hear about this class, you can just copy the link from our YouTube channel and send to the person. The person will listen, just like we have been taught, adding value to people you are trying to build relationship with, sending them this kind of teaching is you adding value to them, because what you heard here today, let me tell you, 80 to 90% people around you did not receive this information. And information is also another currency, and also a weapon and a key opening a lot of doors. It is a weapon. Very important. Information is a weapon. So now you have the weapon of what it is to be a good relationship builder and also a good networker. Now, just like Jesus said, go ye into the world and disciple men. So I say unto thee also, go into the world and disciple people about what we do here in the School of the Essence every Thursday in the UNI-LIFE Masterclass. Very important. Okay, guys, stay tuned, stay awake, stay active, and don't forget to always stay close to the fire. Thank you all so much. We love you all on behalf of the School of the Essence. We love you all and we care so much about you. And don't forget to invite someone next week when you are coming. Now, connect with someone, okay? It's an opportunity to connect with someone. Let your life be influencing someone, okay? Connect with someone this week and invite them to class next week. That is a task from my own end as the CEO of the School of the Essence that every one of you should invite one person. And I have a gift. I have a gift for one person who is going to be a winner. The first person to do that, I have a gift for you. I'm not going to tell you what the gift is, but I have a gift. The reason to do that is to see how, of course, you're going to share your experiences in trying to tell those people about what the School of the Essence is. Let me tell you, it's not everybody that knows about personal development. And if you happen to be in this country, we don't have a system that repairs people. Okay, very important, and not every and that is not taught in the school. They don't teach you personal development in school. They don't teach you ABCD and the assisted and capital. Okay, guys, let's call it a night. Thank you all so much, and see you next week. Bye. Love you all.